So such kind of systems, we can also measure stability. Okay, go to the second part. To show that a system is Bibo stable, we must show that every bounded input leads to a bounded output. To show that a system is not Bibo stable, we only need to find a single bounded input that leads to an unbounded output. Leads to an unbounded output. Okay, I will give an yes. Now, in practical terms, find the unbounded output. That's what is unbounded output if it's not stable. Okay. Okay. Now, think about an equation. Xt is equal to root over t plus 1. Is it bounded input, bounded output? First of all, think of it, then decide. Okay. Okay. Here, in root over, there will be no minus 1. That means no negative value is considered. That means root over t plus 1 should have to be, the value of t plus 1 should have to be greater than or equal 0, always positive. So you can write it down, t plus 1 should have to be greater than or equal 0, and t will have to be greater than or equal minus 1. If it is minus 1, it's okay. If it is 0, it's okay. If it is 2, it's also okay. That is the bounded input. The input bounds in certain condition. T have to be greater than or equal minus 1. Okay. T have to be this. This is a certain condition. But in certain condition, the output is also bounded. The output should have to be always positive value. If t is equal to minus 1, the xt will be 0. So the value of xt will be greater than 0. Greater than or equal 0, xt. Is it bounded input, bounded output? The thing is that no. Why? From minus 1 to certain value and from 0 to certain value, there is no bounded type of thing that will be 0 to infinity, or to 0 to infinity to another thing, or minus 1 to 2 minus 2. If it has some kind of bounded input output, so it have a stability. Okay, let's go on to the another part that is not stable in that sense. Okay, yt is equal to x t plus 1. T is equal to 0, x 1. That means every point of time it has a future value. So 0 to certain end, to 10, it has a future value. So bounded input, bounded output is there. It's a stable type of system. Okay. Now coming back to the point, to show that a system is not Bibo stable, we only need to find a single bounded input that leads to an unbounded output. Unbounded output that we have uh, shown here. If it is a function like this t square xt, you have a bounded value that can be positive 1, that can be minus negative 1. If you just have a bounded input, you will give it plus 1 to minus 1. In each of the time, if you put here 1 plus 1, that is 1. If you put minus 1 here, it is also 1. If you put 0 here to 1, so the value is always the value of xt is under the 0 to 1 situation. Bounded output, bounded input plus 1 to minus 1, that means t plus 1 to minus 1. That means if t is bounded between minus 1 to plus 1, definitely get this bounded output, that is Bibo stable. It's a stable system. Okay, now if root over t plus 1, there will be no bounded input. If you give minus 1 here, that is invalid. So if you want to give from minus 1 to plus 1, you will get invalid part. So that is not Bibo stable, that is unstable system. So usually a system that is not Bibo stable will have serious safety issues. So it should have to be Bibo stable. For example, an iPod with a battery input 3.7 volts and headset output is infinity volts would result in on vaporized Apple customer and one big lawsuit. Okay, that's the fun, but that is reality. The thing is that you had a headset of infinity volts, and the battery input of the iPod is 3.7 volts. Okay, so you need to have a headset with similar kind of voltage that not be exceeded to that. So 3.7 volts will not give certain type of electrical signals that could cover the output. Headset output is infinity volts, so your headset will be burned. You will never listen to anything. That's the thing. Now the point, time invariance. The thing of time invariance, TI system. So a system H is said to be time invariance if for every function x and every real number t naught, the following condition holds like that. That's the previous value t minus t naught. You will get this. H commutes with time shifts, that is time shift. Okay, time delay. You get this equation when x transverse x prime t is xt minus t naught. Time invariance, that means whatever you give onto the delay or you can say advance, the value will be same. There is no change on the value of the changing of time shift. It will be advance or delay, that is known as time invariance. A system is time invariant if